Hello everyone, welcome to our food product development page. Imagine walking down in a street in Kuala Lumpur on a hot afternoon. You are desperate for something cool. You want the refreshing, nostalgic bite of a traditional chendol, and you are also massive craving for the rich creamy of the durian. Usually, you have to buy two separate desserts, but our team, so why choose? Welcome to CECECENDOL Ice Cream. Our roadmap takes this iconic duo from a single concept all the way to a commercial viable and compliant product. Our core is to preserve and elevate Malaysian culinary heritage by turning it into a premium and modern treat. Our unique selling proposition is authentic, firm chendol strand beautifully suspended in a ultra creamy D24 and the Musang King base. We are targeting modern Malaysian consumer and the tourist who wants a local luxury. But how do you balance this heavy flavor scientifically?
Now, let's talk about food science. You can't just throw durian in chendol into a freezer and hope for the best. If you do, your chendol turns into rock-hard ice blocks that will literally break your teeth. To prevent that, we developed a precise functional ingredient mapping system. Let's look at our test batch formulation matrix. Our liquid base relies heavily on full cream milk at 55.21% and whipping cream at 26.04% to create that premium velvety mouthfeel. To bind the fat and water together seamlessly, we use fresh egg yolks at 6.25%, which act as our natural emulsifier and stabilizer. We also add glucose syrup at 1.56% to control ice crystallization, keeping it smooth. Finally, our star ingredients, chendol strands at 1.56% and real durian flesh at 1.86% to lock in the starch matrix and flavor profile. This creates a balanced 480 gram batch. But how do we actually manufacture this consistently on a factory floor? Let's toss it over to Hadirah to look at the production line.
Thanks Amma, welcome to phase 2 which is technical execution. I'm handling part 1 of our processing flow which is chendol strands production. We don't buy mass produced, soggy, pre-made supermarket chendol. We make it from scratch to control the texture. First, our raw material. We create a checklist of tapioca flour for the chewiness, wheat flour for the structure, and corn flour for the softness. We blend this with salt, permitted green coloring and calcium carbonate to form a perfectly smooth batter. Step 2 is pipe and cook. We pipe this smooth batter directly into boiling water which is instantly gelatinized the starch, forming those iconic green strands. But here is our absolute secret weapon. Step 3. Cool and soak. We soak the freshly cooked strands in cold water for exactly 3 hours. This hydration step ensures the strands stay soft and chewy even when frozen down to sub-zero temperature later. Now that our chendol is perfected, how do we blend it into the ice cream mix? I will pass to the Tengku Ami.
Thanks Adira. Now let's move on to part 2 of our processing flow, durian ice cream mix and freezing. Once the chendol strand production done, we bring in our H ice cream base made of our milk, cream and egg yolk stabilizers and add the fresh durian flesh and our handmade chendol. Next comes to the critical step which is homogenize and mix. For our precision batch control, we aren't using any massive industrial vats just yet. We are actually using the Ninja ice cream maker. First, we use the mix-in mode to perfectly homogenize the base and distribute the durian and chendol strain entirely. Then, we select the ice cream mode to turn it into flawless, velvety texture. This precise control guarantees that every single spoonful a customer takes has an identical ratio of rich durian ice cream and chewy chendol. Finally, we finish our product is scooped straight into our retail packaging. From there, it goes straight to the final blast freezing and distribution. So the ice cream is made, frozen and packed, but it is commercially viable and legally allowed on shelf. I will pass it over to Zakwan to break down the commercial numbers.
Welcome to Phase 3, Commercialization. Let's look at what the consumer sees on the shelf. First, our nutritional analysis. We want our consumers to indulge responsibly. Our serving size is a standard 80 ml, coming in at an incredibly reasonable 84 kilocalories per serving. We've managed to keep the sodium low at 35 mg and offer 165 mg of potassium. It's a premium treat that fits neatly into a modern diet. But here is our biggest commercial innovation: sand and thermal control packaging. We love durian, but we all know the rule: no durian in hotels, no durian on trains, and definitely no durian in your car unless you want it smelling like a fruit market for a week. Our custom craft paperboard packaging features a specialized thermal layer that prevents rapid melting, paired with an aroma lock seal. It keeps the cold in and locks the strong durian scent inside the container. You can confidently store this in your home freezer next to your ice cubes without cross-contaminating flavors. But commercially viability is nothing without legal backing. For that, let's look at the legal framework with Mukri.
Thanks, Zakwan. Let's talk about law. You can have the best testing product in the world, but if the authorities shut you down, your business is over. Our roadmap ensures strict adherence to Malaysian food law. Let's look at our compliance checklist. First, we strictly follow Regulation 116 regarding milk fat and MSNF, mixed solid non-fat, because we pride ourselves on being a premium ice cream. Our formulation of 55.21% full cream milk safely exceed the government minimum fat standard, guarantee legal compliance, and also a premium texture. Second, we adhere strictly to Regulation 118 and 125, which control permitted sweetening substance and added sugars. We use an exact balance of glucose syrup and full cream milk powder sweetener to stay safely within Malaysia regulatory limit while maintaining perfect sweetness. We are fully compliant and also transparent and ready for audit. But what about our additive and safety warnings? Let's pass the final legal brief over to Ridwa.
Thank you, Mukri. To wrap up our legal framework, let's talk food additives and consumer safety. For our handmade chendol strands, the food additives used, specifically calcium hydroxide and calcium carbonate, to maintain the firm structure, are fully condition compliant with the 11th schedule of the Malaysian Food Regulations. Furthermore, consumer trust is our highest priority. Our packaging features a prominent, legally compliant allergen warning because we use authentic, traditional ingredients where we clearly state that our product contains milk, wheat, and egg. This protects our consumers and ensures total transparency. To conclude, we started with a nostalgic Malaysian flavor craving in Phase 1. We engineered a precise dual-part manufacturing process in Phase 2, and we wrapped it in a secure, scent-controlled, legally bulletproof commercial framework in Phase 3. CECECENDOL ice cream is fully optimized, highly structured, and entirely ready for the market. We have the roadmap, we have the compliance, and we have the flavor. All we need now is your support to bring this heritage dessert to the masses.